Today we're trying CRAVE, steak and eggs with roasted potatoes, all-day breakfast frozen meal. Can steak and eggs cooked in the microwave taste any good? Let's find out, and as always, at the end of the video, I'll let you know if I'd buy it again. All right, welcome back, fellow fans of grocery store food. I am the grocery store dude, and today we're doing this CRAVE frozen meal. Now, I don't know about you, but I like my steak well done and cooked in the microwave. No, of course not. I'm just kidding. I like my steak medium with a nice sear, but for reasons I don't really understand, I'm gonna try some microwave steak today. I saw this on sale, and CRAVE has been sort of hit and miss, and I can't imagine these steak and eggs tasting any good, but who knows, I may be wrong. Anyways, let's get cooking. Let's see what's inside. Okay, so here's how it looks frozen. Kind of looks promising. I can see shredded cheese, I can see the potatoes, the steak, and I guess I can see some of the eggs there. Let's see the cooking instructions. Okay, so here are the cooking instructions. First step is we're gonna pull back corner of film to vent, then microwave on high for 2 minutes. All right, we'll be right back. So here it is after round 1 from the microwave. We're gonna get our first look here. So we gotta peel back film and give it a stir, but let's check it out so far. So this is after the first round of cooking. Let's get a visual here. Okay, I mean, I gotta say, visually it's looking okay. All right, well, let's give this a quick stir through the power of editing. All right, so that's all stirred. We're gonna replace the film and we're gonna put this back in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. All right, we'll be right back. All right, while that's doing its thing, let's quickly look at the box. So we got CRAVE all-day breakfast steak and eggs with roasted potatoes, 21 grams of protein, high in fat and sodium. Juicy strips of beef with perfectly seasoned potatoes, fluffy scrambled eggs and roasted onion, and to top it off, creamy gravy, crispy bacon, and cheddar cheese. All right, well, I gotta say, the description sounds pretty good to me. Here are the nutrition facts. Here are the ingredients, if you wanna go back and press pause on that. Anyways, enough yapping, let's finally try this. All right, so here it is. I can't believe it. Microwaved steak and eggs. Now look, does it look like the picture on the box? Not really, but also to its credit, I did have to stir it, so I don't think it's gonna look as nice as that because this is covered in that gravy, but visually, I mean, it looks okay. What do you think? Okay, so there are a lot of components to this, as I read in the description. I think it's gonna be tough to try each one individually, but I'll try the steak first by itself, and then I'll kind of try everything together because that's how you're gonna eat this anyways. So let's go ahead and grab a piece of steak here. Here we go. Here is the star of the show. So again, this is steak cooked in the microwave. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for this. So if this tastes decent, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Here we go. First bite. Here's the steak. Let's do this. Whoa. Okay. I was not expecting that. Hold on. Let me take one more bite. Maybe that was just that one piece. Hold on. This is actually really surprising. Let me take one more bite. Here is the steak cooked in the microwave. That first bite surprised me. Let's see if it's true. Whoa, okay. All right, I can't believe I'm saying this. That steak was totally not what I was expecting. I've had a lot of beef TV dinners and they can end up being tough and chewy and dry. I am telling you, this steak, if you can even call it steak, is actually soft, it's juicy, it melts in your mouth, it's not tough at all. I can't believe it. I really thought it was gonna be this dry, tough piece, but it is a nice, juicy, and that actually second bite was actually a little fatty too. So fatty, juicy, tender. And in terms of the actual taste, you can really taste that creamy gravy. It's more on the subtle side, but it is a nice gravy, it's creamy, and it really goes well with the steak actually. Okay, so far so good. I have to say, I am impressed with that steak. Now I'm gonna get a bite of everything else minus the steak, and then we'll try everything together. So I'm trying to get a bite with everything. So again, there's a lot going on here. There's like potatoes, there's eggs, there's onions, there's bacon even. So here, let's try this bite that has a little bit of everything else. Here we go. okay, that bite was okay. So the potatoes taste like potatoes. I'll be honest, I can't really taste the egg. It kind of like just disintegrates into this big mush of gravy. I think you could taste the bacon and the onions a little bit. It's a little bit more on the bland side, I actually have to say. Like if you're reading the ingredients, you would think that this would be more of a salty dish, but yeah, it actually is not that bold in taste. So yeah, so far I'm really liking that steak, but everything else is just kind of mediocre. And you know what? I don't think you get too much steak. I only had 2 pieces and already there's only like, I guess a little bit of steak left. So that's kind of disappointing in terms of the portion of the steak. But let me finish off with kind of a super bite here of, yeah, some of the potatoes, and I guess there's some egg, I guess disintegrated egg somewhere in there, some steak as well. So okay, so here's kind of a bite with a little bit of everything. Final bite then, yeah, I'll give my final thoughts. Here we go. Okay, so what do I think of CRAVE all-day breakfast steak and eggs with roasted potatoes? Well, I have to say this right off the bat about the steak. The first 2 bites really surprised me. I was expecting dry, chewy pieces of beef, but the first 2 bites of steak were actually really good. However, the last bite, it was a little bit more tough. It was a little bit more chewy. So I think that the first 2 bites of steak were really good because they were the bigger pieces. They didn't get overcooked, but I think the other pieces of steak that were remaining, the smaller pieces, were definitely a lot more tough. So I'm a little disappointed by that. So while the steak did surprise me, overall, I do gotta say that, this thing is just okay. It definitely doesn't taste bad. It doesn't taste disgusting or gross or anything like that, but it's definitely not this exceptional TV dinner that you just have to try. At the end of the day, it is steak and eggs cooked in the microwave. And also, I gotta say this too, this is all day breakfast. You can barely distinguish the eggs. They just sort of disintegrated in the gravy. Like, what's the deal with that? And also too, I did get this on sale, but these tend to be more on the expensive side. So look, does this taste good? Not really. It tastes okay. And would I buy this again? No, I would not. All right, subscribe for more TV dinner reviews. And until next time, enjoy these foods. In moderation, of course.